Alright, this video I want to talk about the reason I don't have or want pets. First off, I just want to say this is not a critique of people who do have pets. If you do have pets and you care about them, I respect that. You do what you want with your life. You do as you see fit. Numerous relatives of mine have pets. So do friends. Personally, it's not for me. I say that because in my lifetime, we've had two cats and one dog from about the mid early 2000s up until, no, I think up until the mid 2000s. We had this one cat, and then after that, we got a new one that we had up until 2017. And then during that time, we took in my grandparents' big dog because they weren't allowed to have a dog that weighed more than 25 pounds in the building they moved into, the one they've been at since then, the one I went to last month. They had this really obnoxious Cocker Spaniel that they brought to the Florida place and back up to the Boston house every time they came up. But yeah, from my experience with the two cats and the dog here, I don't think pet raising is for me. First off, you still have to spend the money on food and items and such, which I don't really want to do because I don't get the same sense of happiness from them compared to it. I mean, I enjoy being around. I mean, I have fun with other people's pets, I'm not gonna lie, but at the end of the day, I don't want to deal with the downsides at home. The same way that some of the child-free people on YouTube argue that they don't hate kids, they just don't want them in their living space. So I know Diary of the Child Free says that a lot of them can be doting aunts or uncles, which I can respect that, you know? I think it's respectable to help out in some capacity. There are even teachers who are child free. Yeah, they enjoy teaching kids and they enjoy making an impact. But at the end of the day, they just don't want to have to, for female teachers, they probably don't want to go through the process of childbirth. And then for male and female ones, they don't want to have all the responsibility, like the 24/7 responsibility, because when you're a teacher, you're just at school. You only have the responsibility at school, or if you're a chaperone at an event. But when you go home, they're not your responsibility. I am somewhat similar with pets on this front because I'm okay with that every now and then, but at the end of the day, I don't want to have to walk a dog multiple times a day. I don't want to pick up a poop, and I don't want pet hair getting on anything. And in addition to that, a couple of times that my mom agreed to watch her friend's dog, which meant that eh, and that it lived in here with us for that week or so. I was terrified because this was back when I had candy with all my movies. I was terrified of accidentally dropping a piece of chocolate on the floor, and then you know what happens next. And if you saw this last month's Christmas episode of Bob's Burgers, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I was scared of something like that happening by accident, so I couldn't bring myself to take out any chocolate candy. So that's another reason why I wouldn't want to have a dog specifically, because I'd have a hard time having anything chocolate in the house and then something going wrong. I don't know what could go wrong, if it but if the chance of it happening is above zero, that's enough for me to say, nope, not doing this. So yeah, they could be fun for a while. And if you're on the fence about pets, spend some time with friends or family who do have pets and see how you feel about the circumstances. It's the old try before you buy, you know? Or rent before you buy. Rent a car for a few days or a week that you are thinking of getting, then decide if you want the specific car or not. Rent an Airbnb in a place you're considering moving to for a month or so, and then decide whether you want to or not. Maybe don't live with, maybe don't bring a pet in for a couple of weeks or a month as a trial run, because I'm pretty sure the hardcore pet lovers would say that's emotionally abusive towards the animals because the cat or dog might grow attached to the place. Because I remember from when I was like 7 or 8, the cat we had until 2017, we had to let her get used to our house and being around us. Same when I was 11 and grandparents' dog was brought to live with us for the rest of her life because my grandparents had secured their place in Florida. No, I was 10 at the time. My grandparents had secured their place in Florida. I remember that grandparents' dog was howling and such, and we actually had to go out during the day to let her adjust to the house before coming back in. Yeah, and I was reminded of I was reminded of this with cats when I stayed at my grandparents' last month. There was a litter box, and I don't want that in my living space. Now, if you're a pet owner and you're willing to deal with that, more power to you. I'm very inclined to not want to have that in a living space that I have any say over. Now, maybe if it's an outdoor cat, that's a different story. But yeah, for me, I don't want that in a living space. I suppose maybe if you have it in the same bathroom, that's not too bad, but not something I want to deal with. Same with one, having to take a dog outside multiple times a day to go to the bathroom. And if it's not at a fixed time, no, even if it is at a fixed time, you still have to do that rain or shine. Whereas if you're, well, I guess it's different if you have fencing around a backyard and a doggy door that I can go in and out of. Because one of my coworkers at the instant gratification job has 3 dogs with her husband, and they have a little doggy door flap at the bottom of one of their doors that they can go in and out as needed because they're on the older side, so they don't really have the energy to take them out for walks, and especially because it's 3 dogs, that is a lot more hassle to get them on leashes and then take them out and then carry enough poop bags and such. Yeah, I respect their decision to do that for themselves, but I can barely think about doing that with just one dog. Either they are way more caring than me or braver than me. Comment down below which one you think it is. I just know that I couldn't deal with that, not to mention the frequent barking, etc. Again, it's not something I want to have to deal with, but if others wish to, more power to you. I will admit, though, when Free Guy came out and I saw it and I really enjoyed it, I considered getting a goldfish just because Guy had one in the movie named Goldie. I wound up deciding against it because I didn't want to have to find a place for it. But yeah, keeping pets really isn't my thing. I know that someone's probably thinking, "Oh, they're a good way to get you to get outside." Yeah, but then there's stuff you have to pack for it. Not to Of course, it's a lot less that you have to bring compared to the things you have to bring if you have a small child. Like the Babylon Bee has this great article about how the car didn't have enough room for everything that was needed for one baby. And I was like, that's so true from what I've observed in the last 15 or so years since my observation of parents with small kids really started happening when my younger cousins were born. Because I remember when I was 12, the oldest of my younger cousins was born. I got to watch firsthand just how much stuff they had to pack into that baby bag that they kept, if you will. I don't remember what the term is, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that for a car is an exact taking up all the space inside a single car is an exaggeration, but you get the idea. And again, it's the same thing with pets. It's not as much that you have to carry around, but it's still extra effort at the end of the day. If I want to go out, I just have to bring my phone, wallet, AirPods, power bank, power brick, and charging cables, and my keys, and a thing of hand sanitizer. That's what I'm able to make work. Oh, and I usually bring my pocket keyboard. Not as much recently, but maybe I should bring that so that I can actually do the journaling that my phone keeps telling me to do at 8:45 every day. And on that note, I'm going to leave it here. for the video. Comment down below what you think about having pets, whether you have any, want any, why you have or want any pets, and whether you agree with me on any of the reasons that I don't have pets. Again, I respect you if you choose to have pets for yourself, but it's just not something for me. Give this video a like, subscribe for more like this every single day. I'll see you soon.